Hi guys, it's Morgan, and today I'm going to be talking about Season 1 of a series of unfortunate events that premiered on January 13th, 2017. I just want to say I love the fact that it premiered on Friday the 13th, because based on the plot, it was a perfect day for it to premiere. Season 1 has 8 episodes and goes through the first 4 books in the series. The Bad Beginning, The Reptile Room, The Wide Window, and The Miserable Mill. Now, if you haven't seen Season 1 of a series of unfortunate events and you don't want to be spoiled, stop watching the video now, go watch the season on Netflix, and then come back. Or if you don't care about being spoiled, keep watching. So here's my review of Season 1 of a series of unfortunate events. I really liked the different theme songs for each episode, and I also really liked how each theme song had to do with the plot of the book that the episode was about. And I also thought that Neil Patrick Harris did a great job singing all of the theme songs. I really liked how they incorporated Lemony Snicket into the show. In the book, you get to read what he's thinking, in the movie, you hear a voiceover, and in this series, you actually get to see him. And I thought Patrick Warburton did a great job playing him. I thought Melina Weissman, Lewis Hines, and Presley Smith did a great job playing Violet Baudelaire, Klaus Baudelaire, and Sunny Baudelaire. Melina and Lewis actually look like they could be related. Good casting. Even though I knew it was going to happen, I felt really sorry for Violet, Klaus, and Sunny when Mr. Poe told them their parents died in a fire and their house was also destroyed. I thought Mrs. Poe was very unsympathetic towards the Baudelaire children. I mean, they just lost their parents and their house, and she's more concerned about a newspaper headline. Even before I watched the show, when I heard that Neil Patrick Harris was going to be playing Count Olaf, I knew he was going to be great in the role. And he was. I thought all of the actors that played Count Olaf's henchmen were great in their roles. And they were also pretty funny. I felt really bad for Violet, Klaus, and Sunny when they told Mr. Poe how terrible Count Olaf is, but Mr. Poe didn't believe them. I mean, Klaus clearly has a mark on his face from where Count Olaf smacked him, but Mr. Poe is just like, "Oh, I'm sorry you don't have a good first impression of him." Yeah, I don't think it's about first impressions. I think they have a pretty good impression of him. That he's horrible. I like the scene where Klaus confronts Count Olaf and tells him that he knows that Count Olaf isn't planning on marrying Violet figuratively, he's planning on marrying her literally. And I also thought it was funny how Count Olaf didn't know what figuratively or literally meant. I thought the scene when the hook-handed man was telling Count Olaf on the walkie-talkie that Violet tried to save Sunny was really funny. I really loved how smart Violet was by signing the marriage document in her left hand, which nullified it since she's actually right-handed. I mean, I read the book, so I knew she was going to do that, but I still thought she was smart for thinking it. Uncle Monty's reptile room was really cool, and I also thought all the reptiles in it were also really cool. It was interesting to find out that the shape that Uncle Monty's hedges make is the same eye that Count Olaf has tattooed on his ankle. I thought the scene where Uncle Monty was telling the Baudelaire children about Stefano was really funny, because he was doing it in a way that showed that he didn't believe anything he was saying, but wanted to make it look like he did because he knew that Stefano, aka Count Olaf, was most likely listening to them. I liked the scene in the movie theater where Uncle Monty is getting the hidden message to take the Baudelaire children to Peru because of danger, and obviously the danger was Count Olaf. Even though I knew it was going to happen, I felt really bad for Violet and Klaus when they found Uncle Monty's body. I loved the scene when the Baudelaire children were able to prove to Mr. Poe that the incredibly deadly viper is harmless and therefore couldn't have killed Uncle Monty. And I also liked it that they were also able to prove that Stefano is Count Olaf. You could definitely tell that Violet, Klaus, and Sunny were surprised when they met their Aunt Josephine, because she definitely wasn't what they were expecting, since she's scared of everything. The scene where Aunt Josephine meets Captain Sham, who's really Count Olaf, was really funny, especially because Count Olaf's henchmen were right there watching and they were telling Count Olaf what to say. I liked how the waiter at the restaurant helped the Baudelaire children get away from Count Olaf by giving them peppermint, which is something they're allergic to. I was proud of Aunt Josephine when she stood up to Count Olaf, but then Count Olaf threw her overboard and she was attacked by the leeches, and even though I knew that was going to happen, I still felt sorry for Violet, Klaus, and Sunny. I felt bad for Violet, Klaus, and Sunny when Sir told them that their parents burned down the town that used to be near the Lucky Smells lumber mill. I felt bad for Violet when she blamed herself for Klaus's strange behavior, even though it wasn't even her fault. Klaus was acting strange because Dr. Georgina Orwell hypnotized him. It was a big twist when it was revealed that the people that the audience is led to believe are the Baudelaire children's parents and that they actually survived the fire that destroyed their house are actually the parents of the Quagmire triplets, which I guess makes sense since the Baudelaire parents dying is pretty much the main plot of the series, so if that didn't actually happen, that would be kind of weird. But with that being said, I do have to admit that I did fall for it and thought that there was going to be some twist with the parents actually surviving. I read the books, so I know that doesn't happen in the books, but for a split second, I did have a little hope. I liked the scene where Count Olaf, disguised as Shirley, was telling Sir that he wants children, hoping that Sir would give him the Baudelaire children. I thought it was really funny. I was glad when Violet realized that the word lucky was how Klaus was being controlled when he was hypnotized, and the word inordinate was how he would get unhypnotized, and she was able to use both words to stop Klaus and also save Charles. I really liked the scene when Charles gave Violet, Klaus, and Sunny the page in the book that showed that their parents actually put out the fire that was in the town next to the mill and actually helped the people get back on their feet. Now they know their parents didn't start the fire. I liked how the season ended with Mr. Poe dropping Violet, Klaus, and Sunny off at Prufrock Preparatory School, which is the school they go to in Book 5, the Austere Academy. And I also liked that we got a little glimpse of Isadora and Duncan Quagmire, who the Baudelaire children meet while they're at the school, but we won't see any of that until season 2. I also really liked the song that they sang at the end. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Season 1 of A Series of Unfortunate Events, and let me know if you're excited about Season 2. I don't know when that's going to come out, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be one. Bye.